Hi, today we are back to power tiering IPL teams. First, we have the Chennai Super Kings, or should I say the Chennai Stupid Kings, because this team actually sucks. CSK making this bad of a team kind of surprises me. Sure, I was definitely disappointed after the auction, but I still thought we'd make it to at least 5th place. Uh, but we can't do that. Let's talk about how bad they are. First, let's talk about their batting. They can't accelerate in the power play, which is something you always have to do in T20 cricket. I literally made a short about how they couldn't accelerate at all on my Instagram. Please follow my Instagram. My English grade was higher than their collective strike rate in the KKR Games power play. That's crazy. English is my lowest grade, and it's still higher, okay? CSK have to teach their batters how to play well in the power play and not play in that old style where they would contain themselves and try to save wickets in the power play. You have to be going at least a run rate of 9 in the power play in a competitive T20 league. The way to fix this, there is no other way other than getting a good replacement for Rituraj Gaikwad. I recommend replacing Conway in the playing 11 with Finn Allen. He's a pretty good power play batter. Next, the rest of their batting lineup. Weak middle order, not bad lower order, but still not great. I don't think there's much else you could do with this middle order other than add young players like Shaikh Rashid and see Andre Siddharth. It's still players like Tripathi, Hudar, Shankar. This gives the younger players experience and loyalty to the team, and also lets the younger generation show the oldies how to play T20 cricket. Next, the bowling. The power play gives way too many balls that are wide of off, letting the batter easily take them on. If they keep their line and length tight, it would be so much better. The power play bowling has had bright moments with Khalil though, but other than that, it's been lackluster. I think bringing in Anshul Kamboj is a step in the right direction though. Also, no spinners other than Noor in the power play, please. It's so terrible. Ashwin is kind of finished in T20 cricket, so if you're gonna use Ashwin, use him only in the middle overs. Or replace him with Shreyas Gopal, who we could utilize on the Chepauk pitch pretty well. Finally, having Patirana is a liability at this point. He isn't the same player he was back in 2023 and 2024. Much better player, and especially for this side specifically, especially for the power play bowling, and for the economy in the middle overs, is Nathan Ellis. He can bowl in the power play, and a third power play pacer in general is something that this side desperately needs. Here's a really good playing 11 for the Super Kings. Number 1, Phil Allen. He went unsold, and that's the player I think they should replace Rutraj with. Rachin Ravindra, Vansh Bedi, C. Andre Siddharth, Shivam Dubey, MS Dhoni, Ravindra Jadeja, Shreyas Gopal, Anshul Kamboj, Noor Ahmed, and Khalil Ahmed, and your impact player would be Matisha Pratirana. Oh, right, I have to rank them. They're obviously F tier. Sorry. I was gonna add this to a script. I didn't find a good way to add it though. Here's an update on that I'm gonna add because I don't want to mess up what I said already. So CSK are adding Ayush Matre to their squad, a 17-year-old opener from Mumbai. In this case, I think he just doesn't play and we use Conway and Rachin as our openers instead and just mold them into T20 batters, or we could go Conway Ayush. So the final playing 11 in my opinion for CSK would be Matre, Conway, Vansh Bedi, Andre Siddharth, Shivam Dubey, MS Dhoni, Jadeja, Shreyas Gopal, Anshul Kamboj, Noor, and Khalil at 11 with Ellis as your impact player. This team will probably stop taking L's if we do this. And you know what else starts with L? The like button. So please like this video and it will really help me out. Next, KKR. They somehow land in B tier. It's just a really inconsistent team right now, but they seem to have found something that works. The only bad news for this team is their consistency, which I think could definitely terrorize this season. Their death bowling is something that they could improve. The only improvement that they should make is bowling slower balls, honestly. They could get a lot more wickets and significantly decrease the target that they have to chase. The middle order batting should also judge which deliveries to pick up and which deliveries to not. If they increase their judgment skills, there's nothing stopping them from qualifying. Sticking with the theme of KKR's batters, their openers are inconsistent. I do get that they're trying to do the SRH approach of going at every ball, but the difference is that Sunil Narayan is a bowler who can bat, and that Quinton de Kock is really, really low on confidence and doesn't even play T20 cricket anymore. The approach doesn't really work that well for de Kock. I assumed they could just go for the approach of having one aggressor and one anchor, in air quotes, an anchor who strikes at 150. That would definitely be a great approach rather than what they're doing right now. So it's probably going to increase de Kock's confidence, and players like Rahane and Raghuvanshi, like, if they go with this approach, they're definitely going to succeed as well. Their power play bowling has significantly improved from the last time I talked about them. So it proves that Knight Riders are capable of making changes in their lineup. This adaptability aspect might just help them qualify for the playoffs this year. The Lucknow Super Giants, they also land in B tier. The Super Giants don't have a huge problem that they have to deal with. Most everything is average or above average. Their top order is in pretty good form. Marsh and Markram are unpredictable players in T20 cricket, but they're in great form, so their form could definitely keep them going. The other problem is their captain's form. His keeping nor his batting are up to the mark this season, and his confidence isn't either. If Pant can perform even in one game, though, he could easily make a comeback. Pant should be playing at 5, though. I feel like that's his best position, while Badoni should be playing at 4. Badoni at 4, Pant at 5 definitely makes LSG's top order look a lot stronger and a lot more stable. The middle order is the biggest problem here, though. Right now, Badoni, Pant, Miller, and Samad. Very left-handed heavy, but still not able to perform. I don't know what exactly is going on with this IPL. The left-handers always score more runs than right-handers for some reason. I don't know why. So this middle order is just having a terrible season while they should be having a great one, but they can't make the most of it. I don't know why they're not able to succeed this season. Just tell them to play their natural game, and everything should be fine. Finally, the bowling. I think they've shown up surprisingly well this season. That they had one poor match versus the Delhi Capitals, but later on they were able to reverse what happened in that game versus Kolkata. Essentially, what I'm saying is that they lost to the death overs, but versus Kolkata they were able to pull it back in the death overs. The bowlers turned the game around especially well against the Knight Riders and very convincingly proved that they are in fact a good bowling lineup. Honestly, I kind of underestimated them myself, saying that it was somewhat lackluster and full of unestablished players, but honestly they proved me wrong. Good on them, and if the bowling lineup keeps this up, they could easily qualify this season. Their next matches are versus Chennai at home, at Rajasthan, at home again versus the Capitals. So it's a pretty good next 3 matches for them. They could easily win versus Chennai if they bowl economically, and if they do the same versus both the other teams, it's easy for them to win their next 3. The Gujarat Titans are in a weird place, honestly. Their top order and bowling are doing extremely well, however the middle order is completely trash. The team is one top order collapse away from being absolutely pounded. The bowling is somewhat lackluster as well, but making a change at this point could ruin the team's chemistry, which looks to be doing fantastically themselves. But the team has some options, if we're being honest. They have Sundar when they need him, Prasidh Krishna when they need to hit the deck hard, and someone like Arshad Khan when he can play almost anywhere. This is a great team. I still do expect them to qualify, even after their trashing today. I believe just Puran and Markram were too good for them, and they could not find a breakthrough. Sai Kishore just had an off day, and he was bowling the final over. So if Gale can judge and encourage his bowlers well, then this team is winning matches easily. As for the middle order, the best way to fix that is bringing up their confidence and telling them exactly what their role is. It seems to be that Rutherford is trying to play as an anchor who goes absolutely crazy as a net, while Sai Sudarshan has the exact same role, but he's opening. But his role, honestly, should keep the run rate going while Butler is getting set, or Sai Sudarshan is hitting the middle of the bat, or still getting set. Shah Rukh Khan's role should be one of power hitting, playing a knock like Marcus Stoinis did against the Sunrisers, and Tewatia's role should be the same, and he should be bowling at least 2 overs a game. The Titans' next games are against Delhi at home, at Kolkata, and at Rajasthan. The Delhi and Rajasthan games will be good contests, while they will be struggling against Kolkata because the bowlers might not be good into Kolkata's batters. But still, I think they get A tier. Everything I said about the Sunrisers Hyderabad still applies right now, even after their win against the Punjab. A hit-or-miss team that doesn't do great, where their batting doesn't do great. Although both Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma have gained a lot of confidence after the game against Punjab, their bowling attack is still lackluster, but Ishan Malinga is looking like the only positive, and having one positive is better than having all negatives. So I think that they're going to take it. Malinga should be playing all of the matches and is honestly a great investment for the Sunrisers. Cummins, Shami, and the rest of them aren't great T20 bowlers, and there aren't enough overseas slots to play Adam Zampa. Zishan Ansari is also a great T20 bowler in my opinion, but he's a victim of the flat Hyderabad pitches. Now back to the batting. It seems like Klaasen has also gained his confidence back, meaning that this team is essentially back to their 2024 form after the game against Punjab. Although their confidence is still a little fragile. One tiny collapse and the season could be ruined once again. I'm going to put them in C tier for the time being, but if they win a lot this week, they could easily jump up to A tier. The Punjab Kings are honestly a really good side, or at least they were a really good side until they lost Lockie Ferguson. Lockie is Punjab's best middle overs bowler, and it seems like they're going to struggle without him. The problem with Punjab is that they can't take wickets in the middle, an issue that was evident right after their auction as well. They couldn't get Head nor Abhishek in the power play, therefore they just smashed the hell out of them in the middle. And it's not like the power play bowling is bad either. They can go around a 9 economy, which isn't too bad because they play on mainly flatties, and average 18 in the power play as well. If they could bring someone like Harpreet Brar in, they can control the middle overs a lot easier and have Chahal take wickets while Harpreet bowls economically. Their batting is solid, but their middle order lacks consistency. Prabh Simran and Priyansh are usually scoring at a run rate of 10 in the power play. Shreyas comes in and yes, is inconsistent, but has scored a huge chunk of the runs in the middle overs, and at a good strike rate especially. So Shreyas is extremely good at mitigating spin as well. So credit where credit is due, Shreyas is playing extremely well. Maxwell is just bad in IPL, and Stoinis is really, really good at the death. I consider Maxwell to be a great player of spin and can help mitigate it when Iyer falls, so maybe he can come in at 4 and Wadira comes in at 5. On the other hand, I think it would be a really, really nice approach to see Wadira out and bring in Mushir Khan. Honestly, I would love to see a Mushir Khan feature in the IPL, so please do that. But trusting Wadira is also a really good idea. It can nurture him and also increase his loyalty towards the Punjab Kings. I'm not sure if Lockie is okay. He was grimacing a bit and he walked off the pitch against the Sunrisers, so I think that's one of the turning points of the game. So if Lockie does need a replacement, Punjab could go with having the role of an all-overs bowler, someone like Azbatullah Omarzai, or can have another swing bowler in Kuldeep Sen. I feel like, honestly, Omarzai should be the one because he also provides a batting impact. Anyway, here's a final playing 11 for them to play with. Priyansh, Prabh Simran, Iyer, Maxwell, Mushir, Stoinis, Jansen, Omarzai, Chahal, Arshdeep, and finally our impact player Yash Thakur. Harpreet can also come in instead of Yash, so it's optional. At this point in time, the Punjab Kings are definitely A tier. Let's talk about the Royal Challengers Bangalore. They might need to fix some stuff, but honestly, who cares? On paper, the team is weak, but in reality, they function really, really well. I'm not going to say it's unstable because I believe that it's somewhat stable and extremely capable of winning IPL. It just seems somewhat unsure of what they're doing, but for now, it's working well, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's kind of like a ripple effect right now, where one little change could cause this entire team to fail. Let's say Josh Hazlewood suffers a tear and has to go back to Australia. RCB missed out a crucial power play bowler and a huge part of their death bowling lineup and don't have a similar enough bowler to have the same impact. Kind of like CSK last year. Let's say Devdutt Patikal misses out on a game for some reason. RCB missed a crucial spot in their batting lineup and don't have a proper player to replace him with without messing up their entire team composition. But anyway, I feel like the last 17 years have had enough bad luck for them to actually have some good luck this season. Their other problem, they're not great at Chinnaswamy. I don't know why this is. It might be a sense of overconfidence, honestly, because like they're like, of course we're going to win at Chinnaswamy, and because we want to Chepak on Wankedi, obviously we're going to win at Chinnaswamy. We won at Eden Gardens, and then they failed and aren't prepared for the opposition. Just play normally. The middle order isn't a point of concern. They're inconsistent, sure, but then will somehow pull off the comeback of the year like Tim David did in that game. I don't even know who it was against. I think it was Delhi. But it works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. A tier. I should probably put them in A tier. Next team, Rajasthan Royals. Honestly, they're going in C tier for now. Jaiswal has started playing well, but everyone has returned to their regular form. Samson isn't doing much, Parag is playing way too slow, and Jarrell is actually doing something, which is something more that he's done in his entire T20 career. The bowling, which everyone said is the worst part of this team, is the worst part of this team right now. So how can they solve these problems? Honestly, there's not much you can do. This team isn't flexible, and it feels like the squad has just been built around the impact player rule, and it doesn't play as much of a role as Sangakkara and Dravid thought it would play. This is the best you can do with this squad, but they really, really need a change in mentality. The entire team isn't playing how they once used to, so just tell them to return back to their natural game instead of doing too much. Jofra doesn't need that much swing. He can just play how he regularly plays. Um, so I think it just works well if they return back to their natural game. The next games are at Delhi Capitals, at home versus LSG, and at RCB. It looks like 5 losses on the trot for the Royals, honestly. They aren't going to contain the Delhi batters, nor allow their own batters to control the game against Delhi. There's no way they're just beating luck now, and RCB look in way too good of a form to be defeated right now. Delhi Capitals have had their first defeat today by the Mumbai Indians, and I don't believe there's much to fix, if I'm being honest. Their top order, middle order, pace bowling, middle overs bowling, fielding, captaincy, everything, they've all proved themselves and have won, which is surprising. The real problem with the Capitals is their mentality. They get stressed really easily and don't keep their cool in a lot of tough situations, leading to unlucky dismissals. But honestly, I only felt that in today's game, so it's definitely not a regular occurrence. So there's literally nothing I'd want to change about this team. So, you know what? Still S tier. And you know what else starts with S? The subscribe button. Please subscribe. Thank you. Please stay subscribed, like, share, whatever. Finally, we are at the Mumbai Indians. Today is the day we've seen what everyone thought every Mumbai Indians game would be like this season. The entire team functioned well, and there was really nothing you could point to and say, well, I mean, that wasn't great. Mumbai's biggest problem right now is Rohit's form and how unbelievably trash it is. Losing a wicket in the power play is never ideal, especially if it's one you've played 16 crores for. The team's bowling is also somewhat lackluster, not being able to strike early all the time like they expect to. Essentially, if MI does not get a freebie wicket in the power play, they lose. The team is able to keep their cool and not let anything get out of hand. So that's pretty nice. It looks like the team itself is starting to shape themselves positively. So C tier at this point in time, probably A tier by next week. So semifinalists for IPL this year. RCB and DC, in my opinion, are almost confirmed to be there. And the fourth one will be a toss-up, while GT will be the third. Drop your predictions in the comment sections and subscribe. Bye!